Welcome to another support card review. Today, we're going to be talking about the Fuku New Year's card. It's an SSR speed card, and it was released January 2026, and it's currently on banner. For the limit break points, we want MLB or 4LB, just because we really want those stats. And now, should you be pulling for this card? Yes. Why are you still here? Go get her! Yes! No, but in all seriousness, yes, I highly recommend that you pull for this card. It's a very good stat stick. It's going to be fantastic for the third scenario, make a new track, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's get started with the review. So, first of all, the skill on the card is Super Lucky 7. Good things may happen when in bracket 7. It is not a good skill to have. The skill's kind of a throwaway, to be honest, on this. We're really just looking at the stats, to be completely honest. And for those of you who are curious about what this actually does, it's basically if you start in the bracket 7 and, you get lucky, basically you get increase to your speed, stamina, and power, but it's really hard to proc, in my opinion, and I also think it's really hard to sort of control if it procs. So that's why the skill is sort of just a throwaway at that point. So now let's get to the meat. We really like the stats of this, right? So let's just talk about the support effects first. So there is no specialty priority on this, unfortunately. There is some initial friendship gauge. It goes from 15 to 20 for the MLB. Mood effect is 35 to 45, so that's pretty good in my opinion. Friendship bonus 15 to 20, training effect 0 to 10. We have a decent race bonus. It goes from 5 to 10, which is going to be important for Make a New Track because again, in Make a New Track, you're going to be racing a lot, so it's going to be very helpful. And then I sort of added these support effects at the end. I usually don't talk about these if they are sort of given, but these are, I feel, very important. So first of all, if you have 0 LB in the beginning, you will get a plus 10 to all of your stats, your speed, your stamina, your guts, whatever, right? And then if you are at max LB, right, you get 30. So automatically you're already starting with plus 30 in all of your stats if you have this card maxed out. And then we have energy cost reduction. It goes from 5 to 10. So basically it decreases the energy used when you're training with this card, which is really nice. And then of course, we finally have failure protection, which is staying at 10. So that decreases the probability of you failing a training. So this card sort of has a practice perfect sort of attached to it, which is really, really nice. So in general for this card, you really want it max LB because we really want to have plus 30 in all our stats is the big thing. And then the nice things that are attached to it, again, is the mood effect being really high. Having some type of energy cost reduction and failure protection is also really, really good. I feel like we don't really see that in the current cards. In the future, I think we do see it more often, but for now, this is sort of one of the few cards that will have it, so I really appreciate it, and so that's sort of why the stats are really good, but there's actually more to it with their training events, which I will talk about soon. But first, we're going to kick it over to sort of the skills this card offers. So I'm just mentioning this, the skills from the event. It's basically just the Super Lucky 7 that we talked about in the beginning. Not so great in my opinion. Now let's look at skills from hints though. So the skills from hints isn't that bad. I mean, first of all, late surge or corners, I love in general. It increases velocity on a corner. I love anything that's usually a strategy and then corner, strategy straight, or distance, corner, distance straight, because usually they do not cost a lot in terms of your skill points. They consistently activate in most races, and you're getting a decent activation for what you're paying for, so I really appreciate that. In addition, it has 3 blues, so I think these 3 blues are okay, I guess. So as you can see, I sort of talked about this in the beginning of the video, but basically we have her events here, and her 3 chain events basically can give you plus 7 in each stat per chain. So, the first, second, third, you're getting plus 7, and that means you're getting 21 literal stats, which is fantastic. That's if you're lucky though. There is a chance that it fizzles out and you just get the plus 4 in the event chain and it just ends it, but I still think that's really good to try for. And then if you end up getting to the last part of the chain, you have a chance to also get 77 skill points, which is really good because, we want skill points so we can buy skills. Of course, there's a chance that we don't. We just get plus 7 skill points, but we still get the plus 7 in all stats. Or there's a chance that we just get the skill points, which kind of sucks. But so this card is sort of a gamble, but it really pays off if you hit big, because if you think about it, if you have this card maxed out, you're already getting the plus 30 in all your stats. And then in addition, if you luck out here, you're getting 21, so that's 51 stats. That's like half a letter grade right there alone. So I think in general, this card is really good because the stats are kind of wild, especially if you hit big. Thank you so much for watching my review of the Fuku New Year's card. If you have any questions or comments, please put it in the comment section below. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye!